Morning, Leslie.
Good morning.
All right, boy?
I'm very well. Word reaches me, Brian, that you've had some issues this week with pancake batter.
No, that ain't the batter. What? Well, I don't think that's the batter. Wouldn't have been the problem, but because that was pancake day on Tuesday, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
That's right. Well, mother love her pancakes, Leslie, and so we don't get too fat or nothing. We just have a little bit of lemon and sugar,
Yeah, very nice.
And my father Herbert, he used to make them years ago, so I still make them every year for Mother and me, and we sit there, and I can normally manage to wind a couple of three into me, Mother can sort of sit there and gnaw on, one. She don't sort of normally have more than one, but,
no.
You have to have them, don't you, because it is pancake day.
Yes.
So you have to have them, so I get the free-range eggs.
Right.
And I make the batter up. Now, I don't make it too sloppy, because otherwise, if that go everywhere, as a job to clear it up, innit?
Oh yeah, you got to be clean in the kitchen when you're cooking things, haven't you?
That's right. Now the batter have to be sort of, I call it in between,
Yes.
That don't want to be like wallpaper paste, but at the same time that don't want to be sloppy. So anyway, I done it, and I let it sit for a while, you see, because it thickened up a bit more.
Yep.
That was my father Herbert taught me that. He said always let your batter sit for a while before you start making them, you see. So I beat my batter in the kitchen, and then I let it sit there. I put a tea towel over it, leave it for a little while. Well, what happened was, because I got a little old saucepan, right, and I don't like to use not a saucepan,
little frying pan.
Frying pan.
Yeah.
Because when they're too big, you see, you can't eat them, can you? They're too big, so I got a little frying pan I used.
Yes.
And so I put it in there, and then I turned it. And Mother say, toss it then, she say. So I got hold of it, and as I went to toss it, right, the ruddy handle come off.
No.
And I ended up with it all down the front of the cooker. Mother then was laughing, she find that funny. I said, well, that's all right, but all I now got is the big frying pan. So Mother said, well, I can't eat a big one like that. Well, it ain't my fault, that's Brooke. And Leslie, I even went out and see if I could find some parcel tape somewhere to bind it up. But that weren't going to hold it, was it?
No, it wouldn't do. No.
So what we done in the end, we done three big ones.
Yes.
I didn't toss them. I thought I'll just turn them with a spatula.
With a little spatula, yes.
And we just cut them in half then, and we just had lemon and sugar on them,
Very nice. Yes.
Mother's been complaining about the cold this week.
Has she?
Yes, so as I was going out and about, I bought her one of these things I hear called a snuggle.
A snuggle?
I think they're called a snuggle, right? And they aren't a blanket, and they ain't a dressing gown. They're sort of half and half,
Well, if they're not a blanket or they're not a dressing gown, what are they?
Well, I think they're called a snuggle.
A snuggle?
Huh?
What?
I tell you what, boy, she put it on the other night, because she'd been mooning that's getting a bit cold at night, and I ain't too keen on putting the heating right up at the minute because of the cost of it,
Well, that's expensive, isn't it? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I ain't going to be cold.
Yeah.
But, you've got to think about these things. So
you have.
She put this old snuggy thing on, or whatever it is, and she looked like an old slug when she put it on, because you can't see her feet. And she draped it round her. She said, it's nice and tusty, And she got a little hat thing. And I say, Mother, you look like an old slug sitting there. But she reckon they're good, So I think they're called snuggles. I ain't kept the box, but...
Excellent. Well, that's coming highly recommended then, even if she does look like a slug. Poor Mother.
She do. She said, because they're sort of all wrinkly and that. Like, all right, well, perhaps she looked like an old caterpillar, before they...
Yes, before they become a butterfly, yeah.
But, I don't look too good, but she say that is nice and warm.
Well, I'm glad things have been going well for you this week, and you did manage to get some pancakes, and she's keeping nice and well. Have you ever been tempted to try the American pancakes? They have like a stack of 10 all in one go with blueberries and maple syrup and bacon and stuff on the top.
Yeah, no, that ain't for me. Is it all that old foreign muck? I was speaking to the neighbour Marcus.
Yeah.
Because he put cherry pie filling in his.
Cherry pie filling, okay.
Cherry pie filling. And I said, well, you would? He said, yeah, and then we have a little bit of evaporated milk on it. I said, well, I can't have that for a start. The evaporated milk upset my guts. And I said, cherry pie filling is nice in a pie. That's another thing I done this week.
What was that?
I fancied a nice chicken pie the other night.
Yes.
So I put it in, and because I didn't have no taters, but I did have the old waffles, you know.
Oh, right, okay.
The tater waffles. And I thought, well, now it's tater, and it'll be the same old thing. So I put some peas on, right?
Yes.
And I brought them to the boil, and I then turned them down so they can, simmer away. And you mustn't put the waffles in with the pie, because the pie take longer, you see.
Right, okay.
So anyway, I sit there, and I thought, oh, no, what the hell is that smell? So that smelled like something was burning, you know.
Yeah.
So I opened the ruddy door and I put the grill on by mistake in the oven, and the ruddy pie was on fire. That's the truth. So I had to run out and hull it on the grass. I thought that old cat will have that, give out the bellyache. And that didn't know that was still on the grass when I went out the following morning. But I did have another pie that I was able to put in there and have.
I didn't realise you were quite so adventurous in the kitchen, Brian.
Yeah, well, I turned it a little bit too far round. I put the grill on, you know. So when I opened it, that was all black, and that burst into flames.
Oh dear, my goodness me! It all happens in your kitchen, doesn't it?
That's the truth.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. No. Martin's been in touch. He wants to know if you're going to get a snuggle for Rosemary.
No, I shan't be getting her one, because I think she's got one of these radiators that don't cost a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And she, you walk in there, something like that's like ruddy Bermuda when you walk in there. Knock you backwards, you know. If I go round there any time at night and just to borrow something, and she opened the door, and that's like you've gone to Hawaii. That just smack you in the face, you know. It's blast, girl. You'll be half the woman you were for long.
It won't be long before we start having to use paraffin heaters again, I guess.
That's heading that way. You wait and see. You laugh, but you wait and see. That won't be long before we'll all have to be gathered around a pit in the garden.
Brian, I've got a million shout-outs for you today. Now, I met someone this week called Tony who's never ever listened to BBC Radio Suffolk before, and he's tuned in now, I hope, especially to hear you. Right.
Well, blast you, I've been around donkey's years, so why didn't he?
I don't know.
You're right, is he?
Well... It's also Pat in Lowestoft's been in touch. It's Keith Skew's birthday. You remember Keith Skew's old cardboard shoes?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's his birthday apparently.
His birthday today.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, happy birthday to he listening.
Well, probably not, but he's got a dedication nonetheless.
Well, why are we wasting time then saying happy birthday to him if he don't listen?
Ruth Gardner's been in touch. I wanted to ask our lovely Brian from Melton if he could wish my wonderful husband, Stevie Gardner from Glemsford, a very happy birthday for Monday. We always enjoy listening to Brian on a Friday with a cup of tea in bed. So that's Stevie Gardner's birthday on Monday.
Steve the gardener?
No, Steve.
That's his birthday today?
No, Monday. He's not a gardener.
Huh?
His name is Stevie Gardner, not Stevie the Gardener.
That's his name?
Yeah, Stevie Gardner.
He got green fingers then?
Pat and Brian in Great Cornard have been in touch. My wife Pat and I listen to your programme every morning on BBC Radio Suffolk. Your best day of the week, though, is your chat with Brian in Melton. The 9th of March will be our 59th wedding anniversary.
Cool.
Could you give Brian a chance to wish us happy anniversary? 59.
I know, it's amazing that many people do that these days. So happy anniversary to Pat. Is Pat and did you say?
Brian.
Pat and Brian,
yeah,
top man. It's a nice, good name.
Excellent.
That's right. Happy anniversary to them.
We've got millions of these today. Are you all right for a minute? You don't need to go anywhere.
No, the washing is going to start beeping in a minute.
Okay. Could you please ask Brian in Melton to give my lovely daughter Lucy Banks a mention on Friday's show? She's just been given the all clear on her blood cancer. She's been so brave throughout. We're all so proud of her. Love Mum and Dad. So that's lovely Lucy Banks today. A little mention for Lucy.
Yes, I will. Bless her old heart, and I'm pleased everything has gone well for her.
Adi gets in touch. Can Brian say happy birthday to my beautiful wife Katie? 43 on Saturday.
43 Katie on Saturday. Have a nice day, darling.
Well done. There's several more. Keep going. It's my husband Trevor's 88th birthday today. Could Brian wish him a happy birthday? He's a great fan of Brian. Love the programme. That's Pam Chatters, and that's so Trevor's birthday.
As for Trevor, he's going to be 88. Now, what is that in bingo? What do they say?
Can we say it? Can we say it these days?
Huh?
It used to be two fat ladies, but I don't know if we can say that anymore, can we?
Well, I don't know. They make up as they go along these days, don't they?
Would you please ask Brian to wish my dear wife Jenny a happy birthday for tomorrow from husband Alan?
Yes, I can. So as Jenny and as her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, my darling.
Lovely. There's only about 20 more to go. Alison Reynolds has been in touch. Our family all listen to Brian every Friday. Please could you ask Brian to give a shout out to my mum for her 60th birthday. Her name is Donna Reynolds from Bury St Edmunds, and they're going off to Spain to celebrate.
Cool, blast. That's all right, isn't it?
Nice
yes,
for
I can. So as 60th birthday to Donna.
Donna, yeah.
Happy birthday and have a nice time in the sun, darling.
Right, very quickly, we've got some coming through here on the messages here. Hi, Mark, please can you please thank Brian for wishing me a happy birthday last week. A mention from yourself and Brian made turning 60 a little more bearable. Big thanks to Claire, Connor and Kelly for the shout-outs. Great show, Mark, and up the town, says Glyn in Stowmarket. Could Brian please say a very happy 60th birthday for tomorrow to my wife Gail from Kelsale?
Gail, yes, I can, and there's a lot of 60 about, isn't there?
There is.
Happy birthday for 60 tomorrow to Gail.
Yeah, I wonder what was happening 60 years ago. Morning, Mark. Could you please ask Brian in Melton to say good morning to our twin grandsons, Dylan and Ethan? They live in Stowmarket. And Mummy Gemma. It was their 10th birthday the other day, but naughty Nana forgot to give them a mention on the show.
Naughty old nanny. Well, don't worry, Brian is wishing them a happy birthday. Well done.
And I think, Brian, that might be it. So thank you very much, and have a lovely weekend, won't you?
Yes, I will. I'm going to get the washing out now and get it dry while I can.
Excellent. Cheerio together.
Cheerio together.